So now acute laryngitis. The type of acute laryngitis, if inflammation in the larynx is called acute laryngitis. So the types of infections or non-infectious. The etiology of acute laryngitis are infectious type, common, usually follows upper respiratory tract infections. Initially, it is a viral origin, and soon it may be changed into the bacterial invasion. The commonest organism is Streptococcus pneumoniae, Haemophilus influenza, hemolytic Streptococcus, and Staphylococcus aureus, and like that. The next, so non-infectious type, it is because of vocal abuse, allergy, thermal or chemical burn due to the inhalations or injections, and laryngeal trauma and endotracheal intubations. So these are the 6 points in the favor of non-infectious type. So now clinical features of laryngitis. You look in the diagram here showing the indirect laryngoscopy picture showing the vocal cord. Vocal cord is inflamed and swollen and reddish and pinkish in color. So most important symptoms are hoarseness. Hoarseness means change of the voice, and discomfort or pain in the throat, dry irritating cough, worse at night, and general symptoms are cold, rawness, dryness of the throat, malaise and fever. On examinations, there may be the erythema and edema of epiglottis, aeroepiglottic fold, arytenoids and ventricular band, and hyperemic of vocal cord. So this is the clinical features. Now the treatment of acute laryngitis is vocal rest, avoidance of smoking and alcohol, steam inhalations, and cough suppressant, antibiotics, analgesics, and steroids. So these are the number 1 to number 7. This is the treatment of choice. So now next types of the laryngitis is acute membranous laryngitis. So it is similar to acute membranous tonsillitis caused by pyogenic non-specific organism and differentiated from laryngeal diphtheria. And acute epiglottitis. It is also called supraglottic laryngitis. Acute inflammation, acute inflammatory conditions, supraglottic structures, epiglottis, aryepiglottic folds, and arytenoids, and mark edema, respiratory obstructions. And the etiology of epiglottitis is acute, affect children 2 to 7 years, and Haemophilus influenza. And clinical features of the acute membranous laryngitis are abrupt onset with rapid progression, sore throat and dysphagia, dyspnea and stridor, and fever 40 degrees centigrade. So on examinations, it is a red swollen epiglottis and depressions of the tongue. Indirect laryngoscopic examinations, edema and congestions of supraglottic structure. Indirect laryngoscopy, avoid or fear of precipitating complete obstructions, better in operation theatre. And X-ray, STN lateral view, thumb sign and swollen epiglottis. So now the treatment of choice for acute epiglottitis, acute membranous epiglottitis, hospitalizations, and antibiotics like intravenous ampicillin or third generations, cephalosporin effective against Haemophilus influenza, start antibiotic without waiting for culture report, steroids, and adequate hydratations and humidifications and oxygens for tracheostomy. So this is the treatment of choice. Now the another forms of laryngitis is acute laryngotracheobronchitis. So it is the inflammatory conditions of the larynx, trachea and bronchi. The etiology of acute laryngotracheobronchitis is viral infections like parainfluenza type 1 and 2, affecting children between 6 months to 3 years of age. Male children are more often affected. Secondary bacterial infections by gram-positive cocci soon supervenes. And the pathology of loose areolar tissue in the subglottic region swells up and causes respiratory obstruction in stridor, coupled with thick tenacious secretions and crusts completely occlude the airway. The symptoms of upper respiratory tract infection with hoarseness and whoopee cough, fever of 39 to 40 degrees centigrade, difficulty in breathing and inspiratory type of stridor, gradually increase with sign of upper airway obstructions, suprasternal and intercostal recession, decrease in stridor may be respiratory exhaustion with imminent respiratory failure, and X-ray neck to be diagnostic. So the treatment of choice is hospitalization first, antibiotics, humidifications, parenteral fluids, steroids, racemic epinephrine, adrenaline, and intubation and tracheostomy. This is the treatment, acute. So the next types of laryngitis is laryngeal diphtheria. The etiology of laryngeal diphtheria secondary to facial diphtheria mostly affect less than 10 years of the age. Pathology, formations of tough pseudomembrane over larynx, exotoxins of bacteria, myocarditis, and neurological complications. The clinical features, general, it is insidious onset, low-grade fever, sore throat and malaise, toxic and tachycardia with 30 pulse, laryngeal, hoarseness, whoopee cough, inspiratory stridor, dyspnea and airway obstructions, grayish white membrane, tonsil, pharynx, soft palate, larynx and trachea, and bull neck appearance showing in the diagram. You look in the diagram, it is showing bull neck appearance with lymphadenopathy. So diagnosis is must. It is a clinical and confirmed by smear and culture of Corynebacterium diphtheria. Treatment is diphtheria antitoxins, antibacterials, and maintenance of airway, complete bed rest. So now the complications of diphtheria are asphyxia and death due to the airway obstructions, toxic myocarditis and circulatory failure, palatal paralysis with nasal regurgitations, laryngeal and pharyngeal paralysis. This is the complications of the diphtheria. So you look in the diagram. So edema of the larynx, showing the vocal cord and arytenoids, and all the laryngeal inlet are the swelling. So edema of glottitis involves supraglottic, subglottic edema of the vocal cord. So the etiology of edema are infections, trauma, neoplasm, allergy, radiation, and systemic diseases. These are the etiology. The clinical features are airway obstructions, inspiratory stridor, indirect laryngoscopy, edema of supra and subglottic region. These are the clinical features. So now the next slide is treatment. Treatment of choice is intubations, tracheostomy if airway obstruction, conservative treatment if less severe, and treatment of causes. And chronic laryngitis. Chronic laryngitis without hyperplasia, chronic hyperemic laryngitis, chronic hypertrophic laryngitis, chronic hyperplastic laryngitis. And chronic laryngitis without hyperplasia, diffuse inflammatory conditions involving whole larynx, etiology, incompletely resolved acute laryngitis, chronic infections of paranasal sinus, teeth and tonsil, and occupational exposure to dust, fumes, smoking and alcohol, persistent trauma of the cough, chronic lung disease, and vocal abuse. And clinical features: hoarseness, constant hawking, throat discomfort, cough, and hyperemic laryngeal structures. So treatment: elimination of upper and lower respiratory infections, avoidance of irritants, voice rest, speech therapy, steam inhalation, and expectorant. And chronic hypertrophic laryngitis, either a diffuse and symmetrical process or a localized one, later appearing like tumor of the larynx, localized variety, dyspnea, plica ventricularis, vocal nodules, vocal polyp, and Rinke's edema and contact ulcer. Clinical features: affects male more 40 to 50 years age group, hoarseness, repeated throat clearing, dry cough, tired voice, throat discomfort, dusky red and thickened laryngeal mucosa, red and swollen vocal cord, and swollen ventricular fold, and impaired. So treatment is conservatives, surgery, strapping of vocal cord, removing the hyperplastic and edematous mucosa. Now, another important laryngitis is Rinke's edema. Polypoid degenerations of the vocal cord. This is also called Rinke's edema. And Rinke's edema, it is a bilateral symmetrical swelling of the whole of the membranous part of the vocal cord. It is important. Sometimes the short notes will come, the Rinke's edema in the theory paper. And middle-aged man and woman, edema of the subepithelial space, the vocal cord, chronic irritation of the vocal cord, misuse of the voice, heavy smoking, and chronic sinusitis and laryngoscopy. Clinical features: hoarseness, low-pitched and tough voice, direct laryngoscopic examination, fusiform swelling with pale, translucent look of the vocal cord, ventricular band, hyperemic and hypertrophic. Treatment: decortications of the vocal cord, voice rest, and speech therapy. These are the treatment. Another form of laryngitis is pachydermia laryngitis, form of chronic hypertrophic laryngitis affecting posterior part of the larynx, interretinoids, and posterior part of the vocal cords, hoarseness and husky voice, throat irritations, indirect laryngeal examination shows heaping up red or gray granulation tissue in interretinoid region and posterior third of cord, or ulceration, contact ulcer, bilateral. So unknown etiology: excessive alcohol and smoking, excessive forceful talking. Treatment: removal of granulation tissue, speech therapy, and acid reflux control. So now come to the atrophic laryngitis. It is also called laryngitis sicca. Atrophy of laryngeal mucosa and crust formations, common in women, associated with atrophic rhinitis, laryngitis, hoarseness, dry irritating cough, atrophic mucosa covered with foul-smelling crust, and treatment is humidification, removal of the cord. So now another form of laryngitis is tuberculosis of the larynx. Etiology: secondary to pulmonary tuberculosis. Pathology: effect posterior part of the larynx, interretinoid fold, ventricular fold, vocal fold, epiglottis. Clinical features are hoarseness, throat pain, dysphagia, odonophagia. On examinations, hyperemia, vocal cord with abduction gap, and mammillated appearance in interretinoid region, vocal cord ulcerations, granulation tissue in interretinoid region, and turban epiglottis, pseudoedema, and swollen and pale mucosa. Managements are diagnosis by X-ray, chest, and sputum examination, biopsy of laryngeal lesion, and treatment as per pulmonary tuberculosis, or voice rest. Now, another form is a lupus of the larynx. Indolent tuberculous infections affects anterior part of the larynx. Epiglottis involved first and then spread downwards, painless and symptomatic. And treatment is anti-tubercular drug. So now the syphilis of the larynx, it is a rare, only Huma of tertiary stage seen, a smooth swelling, later ulcerate, diagnosis by biopsy and serological test, laryngeal stenosis and complications. So the next slide is leprosy of the larynx. It is a layer, diffuse nodular infiltration of epiglottis, aryepiglottic fold, and arytenoids. Lesion may ulcerate, associated with nasal leprosy, diagnosis by biopsy, laryngeal stenosis, and deformity. Now another form is scleroma of the larynx. Chronic inflammatory conditions like clavicular rhinoscleromatis, a smooth red swelling in subglottic region, hoarseness, wheezing, and dyspnea. Diagnosis by biopsy. The treatment is streptomycins or tetracycline, steroid to prevent fibrosis and subglottic stenosis. And then laryngeal mycosis. It is caused by the candidiasis, histoplasmosis, astomycosis, diagnosis by biopsy, and similar lesion in other part of the body. So that is the acute and chronic inflammations of the larynx. Okay, thank you.